Hey guys, it's Vera, and today we're going to talk about concealers, and I'm going to show you how I like to conceal my face. I'm going to be using Illamasqua Skin Base Lift in White Light. If you look at it, it's definitely white, and how I use it is I take a beauty blender and dab it on my face. And so I dab it on my face in a sort of triangular shape. You can see. Because basically I want to conceal under the eye, and I want it basically not to be dark under there at all, and I bring it out so that I don't get like reverse raccoon eyes. So after you apply it, I like to blend it out. This is the Sigma E35. You can use this, you can use the Beauty Blender, whatever you're comfortable with. Now I've already got my foundation on, so basically I'm blending this on top of my foundation. I know there are many different ways to apply concealer, but I found that what works best for me is applying it on top of my foundation. This is my wet beauty blender. For foundation today, what I applied was the Too Faced Beauty Balm in Snow Glow. So I'm basically just going to use this to sort of blend out the edges more. Now, once I have the concealer on, what I'm going to do is set it. And I'm going to use Silk Naturals Flattery Illuminating Powder to set this. This is a vegan product. You just take a little bit of product on a powder puff and you're going to roll it. And so I have this side concealed and brightened, and this side I don't, so I think you can see a difference even with my lighting. What I'm going to do next is conceal on this side, and I'm going to use Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics RO. So I just sort of patted it on, and I'm going to take this brush and blend it out. And I'm just using the Beauty Blender to sort of feather out the edges. I don't have any blush on right now. I'll put that on later. But now that I have that on, I'm going to use the NARS Light Reflecting Loose Setting Powder to set it. And see, once again, you just do a little bit. So now that I've shown you like the method that I prefer to use when I'm concealing, how I prefer to bring it like down here and go out here so that you don't get the raccoon look, but you get a brightening effect in the face. This is what Kim Kardashian is known for, and I learned this by watching Goss, so I will put a link to his video so you can see his awesome video on this. But to me, I mean, I feel like it overall just it brightens my face, and I don't have the dark like what looks like dark circles under my eyes because I have the concealer on and set it, and that's primarily what I use concealer for. So I want to talk to you about my favorite concealing products. So like I just showed you, I used Illamasqua Skin Based Lift in White Light, and I also used Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics RO, which is lightest red based, lightest pink based. But other products that I like to use, this is Craftobian, and this is really an ultra cream foundation palette, but any of these colors can be used to conceal, and they work really well with my skin tone. This is the Ultra Lights palette. So the colors are in this Silk Sprite, Nymph, Porcelain, Lady Fair, and Ivory, and they can be used to conceal under the eyes or as a foundation for the face, and they build up really well. They apply great with the Beauty Blender sponge. I really like the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer, but it's too dark for my skin, so if this isn't a shade that matches you, I would completely recommend it because it's pretty awesome. Same thing with the Too Faced Vanilla Concealer. It's a really great texture. It's a little dark for me, but it works really well. The other concealer that I have to show you is a powder concealer, and this is Meow Cosmetics Inquisitive Siamese under eye concealer, and they basically make an under eye concealer for every single shade of foundation they have, and they have like I think 88 or 100. Like there's basically a shade to match everyone, and this works really well, but you have to use a different technique with it because you're applying this dry and you are applying it on top of your foundation, and basically you want to kind of like pat it and then make sure that it's going to be blended in. So it's different than the technique that I showed you to apply the cream concealers. There's also the Bare Minerals Stroke of Light, and this is a luminizing concealer illuminator type thing that you can also do under the eye, but you're still going to want to set it, or I personally think you need to set it. This is NARS Chantilly, which as you can see is a very pale concealer. Another great product for concealing to me is the Dr. Brandt Dark Circles Away, and this is a serum. So what I would do with this is apply NARS Chantilly first. Again, going for the triangle shape. And then pat this on top of it, blend it out, and then I would set it. And one of the things I really like about this is that it makes it very easy to blend out your concealer so that it doesn't crease. And I think it's because this is a serum and it just works really well together. So I highly recommend this. So the tools that I recommend, like I said, I've showed you how I prefer to conceal, but the tools that I recommend to go with it are a really great setting powder, and my two favorites are NARS Light Reflecting Loose Setting Powder and Silk Naturals Flattery Illuminating Powder. You're going to want a sponge like this to pat on the setting powder, or you're going to want to use a puff like this. And this is what I've been using the most lately because this is what James Vincent recommends. And you can apply your concealer with a sponge of any sort that you like, or you can use a brush. So the 3 tricks I think that there are with applying concealer correctly, at least for me, is 1, have your foundation product on first. 2, apply the concealer, use the triangle shape so that you're not going to just end up with reverse raccoon eyes. 3, use a setting powder on top. If you follow those 3 rules, you should be able to conceal and hide your dark circles under your eyes with no problem. So anyway, this is how I conceal my face. Basically, I'm always worried about concealing my under eyes so that I don't have dark circles. Let me know how you like to conceal in the comments below. I want to know your tips and tricks. Thanks for watching.